Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 6. The music in this game is so good. It's so good. Okay, I wanted to start on the loading screen here real quick. I just want to talk about the Nkisi ability, because I have not been thinking about it at all as we've been playing. We really should be checking other empires and seeing if they have any relics or anything for trade. I know how you get relics, I know how you get artifacts. I have no idea where sculptures come from. So that's something else to keep an eye on. Actually, you know, we might be able to, sculpture? Okay, is there a page for great... Yeah, here we go. This is not that helpful. Great works come in 5 different types. Writing, art, and music. Right, we know how those work. If anybody who's played Civ 5 knows how those work. And we'll get to those eventually in this game. Artifacts, which are retrieved from antiquity sites, sure. And relics, which are created by apostles with the martyr ability. And also, I've found relics in ruins and stuff. It does not say anything about sculpture. Maybe that text in his ability is a remnant from an older build when there were works of sculpture and there just aren't any anymore, or I don't know what's going on. The important thing is, we're back to it. So we're going to try to settle in such a way that we sort of cut off this whole northern peninsula for us, right? Mbanza Kongo will create a settler that's going to sit somewhere in this region, just south of Geneva, and then obviously the other guy's coming up here. I still don't have a great feel for how we're going to win the game. I don't have, like, a huge plan or anything. I have played quite a bit more. I'm recording this, like, Sunday night. So I've played a lot of Civ this weekend. I have a much better handle on the basic game systems. What is going on here? Get out of my lands, you ridiculous scout. But I don't know what we're going to do with this game. I do know that it would be really cool if somebody could hurry up and spread their religion to me. Looks like Sikhism is coming in, but very slowly. Where are all the missionaries and apostles, man? Let's make stuff happen here. Okay, Montezuma just finished building the Mahabodhi Temple.
I cannot imagine any condition which would cause a ship to founder.
Huh.
Modern shipbuilding has gone beyond that.
It's weird that there's just like a black background. I wonder what's going on with that. I think we may be experiencing some minor technical issues. So there's a lot of cool locations over here because mountains are very exciting for adjacency bonuses. But I don't know 100% where we're going to found. Obviously, we'd like to pick up the T, and we'd like to have access to this big mountain line. So if we found right here, or like here, the T will be within 3 spaces, and yeah, there's a reasonable spot to put down. Alright, so you have to forgive me, I'm a little rusty on what we were doing here. I do know from having played a couple of games over the weekend, like I said, I do know that actually it's remarkable that we haven't been full out attacked by another empire yet. And I'm not going to keep pushing our luck, I think. We definitely need masonry. Walls are super important, and it's just like I said, pure dumb luck. In fact, let's advance to medieval walls right away. It's just pure dumb luck that we haven't had to use them yet. Let's chase this asshole out of our territory, and not let him just rampage across our farms. I guess I've not actually seen barbarian scouts do any damage yet. It's possible that they never do. I don't think I've ever seen a barbarian scout pillage anything or capture a unit. And I'm pretty sure that the camp he came from has already been destroyed. So I guess he's probably not really a problem. But I don't know for sure whether they can report to new camps that spawn after their old camp dies. So it's best to chase them out in any case. Do I think that there's still barbarians up here? There totally could be, right? We should definitely have a little escort. So it is turn 91. I believe on this game speed, I I think there's 250 turns on
Each
standard.
of us is carving a stone,
So we're not really that deep in
erecting
the
a
game yet.
column, or cutting a piece of stained glass in the construction of something much bigger than ourselves.
I don't have anything to add to that. Okay, so we can found right here, and that would allow us to build a harbor there. I'm pretty sure that that's what my plan was. And that allows me to build a city that crosses the thing entirely, crosses this little bit of our continent entirely, and thus serves as a warning to others not to come up and settle next to me. We have so many city-state quests, and I think not really much focus on any of them. Trigger a Eureka for the wheel, that's kind of embarrassing to still have it turn 92. Train one of our unique unit, train a catapult, okay. Well, we have the suzerain of Toronto already. This is actually a pretty cool bonus. I know that I'm pretty sure I said last time that we recorded that I had no idea what this did. Now I do. There are some buildings in the industrial zone and entertainment complex that affect all of the cities within a certain distance. Things like in the entertainment complex, there are buildings that give amenities to every city that has a city center within 3 tiles of the thing. So that's actually a pretty powerful bonus. Alright, we have a commercial hub. Oh, we had started a commercial hub, that's right, and then I went to build the settler. So let's go ahead and wrap that up. Trade routes are good, and commercial hubs are the primary way you get them. So the Mahabodhi Temple that Montezuma built creates apostles and improves your apostles and your missionaries. So I'm hoping that he will be coming forth to spread his religion soon. It's a little risky to be really reliant on another player's religion, because if that other player starts converting everybody else too, then you have to worry about the potential for a victory. You know what? If we upgrade this to our unique unit, I think it will satisfy the city-state quest. I don't think we have to actually train one, right? Yeah, cool. Alright, so one more for Seoul. We'd have to get to 4 to be the suzerain of Seoul. Looks like there's a tie at 3. Enter a new era and gain 1 random Eureka from that era. That's not a bad bonus, but obviously it's one that only comes up a couple of times during the game. What are there, like 6 or 7 eras? I would love to get Geneva. That's what we're saving up our envoys now for, I think. Buenos Aires is also really good. Lisbon is, I would say, of low value. I'm sure there are maps and situations where that bonus is really useful. If you have a lot of naval barbarian camps going around, I can see it being something that players actually compete over. But on this map, I can't imagine it's going to come up. Oh, hello. Hildegard of Bingen. Gain 100 faith. I think we have to pass on this, right? Because obviously we can't even build holy sites. So this has very little value for us. And we are getting close to a great merchant. And yeah, we're nowhere on everything else because we don't have the appropriate districts. So we're going to hit pass. If you don't want a great person and would rather save your person points for a future opportunity, you can pass, you pay a penalty, and that penalty reduces the cost of that great person for everybody else. Somebody please take this scientist off our hands. Oh right, this guy got chased down here by barbarians and then he was fortifying until healed. So where exactly do we want to settle? What's going to be the determination here? We gotta try to keep the T in range. It would actually be kind of cool if we were able to build a harbor. So that would mean 1, 2, 3. We'd have to build in this row, which unfortunately means that this spot cradled in the mountains is 4 away. So we can't get this spot and also harbor access and also the T. But if we just want the T, we can found in this row. Like if I found it right right here, maybe. Yeah, that gets us the T. No, it would have to be on this side of the river. Yeah, okay, right here. I don't love the idea of using up a spot that's adjacent to a mountain, because I'd like to use it for, I guess the only districts that have mountain adjacencies are campuses and holy sites. And we don't even have holy sites. So I guess we only need one mountain space. One space that's surrounded by mountains in order to actually take advantage of our campus stuff. Okay, just a warrior, not a problem. Alright, so right here is where we're founding. That'll give us access to a lot of copper as well. Which is, you know, that's okay. It's fine. Alright, so we didn't look at what these guys do, did we? Let's ask the game. Let's see if I can remember what they're called. Yep, there we go. Plus 10 combat strength when defending against ranged attacks, can move and see through woods and rainforests. So they're sort of, they're like scout swordsmen that don't require iron. That's pretty cool. That's a cool unit. Defense against ranged attacks plus the ability to move through forest well makes them pretty good at attacking cities that would be very difficult to take normally. Obviously, that's probably not coming up for us. I don't think that we're on the way to a military victory. But I can see a lot of potential for these guys. If another player founds a religion and then you take over the holy city, I think it doesn't make it your religion. It's still that player's religion, even if they're defeated. It just means it belongs to a player who's not in the game. But if you have the holy city, then you probably have some pretty good faith generation from it, and you can buy apostles and stuff. I'm pretty sure. So maybe that's a strategy for playing as these guys. Okay, so we have 14.7. Hold on, let's look at our city report. Alright, so we are a little short on cities, first of all. That's the first thing I'm noticing. Secondly, we really need to get our industry levels up. We don't have enough production. So even if you build an industrial zone in a city that isn't low on production, it's still really useful because it adds production to trade routes that go into that city. We don't want to build it here because it will erase the tile yields. You can see there's no yield on our campus. So even though this would help out the campus's adjacencies, I think we'll build it right here. And this will allow us to more effectively ship industry to our other more lacking cities. Okay, what's up? A joint war on Montezuma, for which they will give me 31 gold per turn for 30 turns and 18 gold. That's a lot of money. I don't have an army. Yeah, sorry, man. Like, disgusted / disappointed shake of the head. That's, that hurts. That hurts me on the inside. Okay, so it looks like we are starting to get some conversion going on over here. These barbarians are being ridiculous.
The 4 building blocks of the universe are fire, water, gravel, and vinyl.
So I've seen a little bit of people being upset on the internet about the fact that the quotes are a lot less serious this time, a lot less intended to inspire awe. And I get that. I understand where they're coming from. But to try to resolve... I think there's some image, sort of Civilization as a prestige game. A game that has prestige. I don't want to say prestigious, because it's not like playing the game is a prestigious activity or anything. But, I don't know. I just don't think that that's... The game is fundamentally very silly. It has to be. Alright, I think we want to buy out a builder here. Right, like it's a very abstract, very silly view of history. And I don't think there's anything wrong with them embracing the fact that there's no way to take this thing seriously. Okay, so we probably want to buy tiles out. We don't have the money to do it right now, but it'll be like 200-ish for those 2 tiles together, and that's going to set up our campus. So until then, we just kind of want to have the city do busy work. We don't want to build another district because we need to have room for the campus. I don't know. We should be building just basic stuff, I guess. It'll grow relatively quickly. We'll farm the wheat. And then when we go to build the campus, I might consider chopping some of the forests. Yep. We got a lot of cities that need housing and amenities, right? Okay, is that something that's viewable in our reports? City status? Okay, now everybody's happy, so we're all cool on amenities. We have no war weariness. We do have... And we only have slowed growth in 1 city. We need to get its housing up above 6. I really thought we were doing a lot worse on that than it turns out that we are. Alright, so... Let's farm this, get the city growing. We're probably going to need actually to spend a lot of gold to buy the tiles that we want here. Alright, I don't think you have anything really compelling to do. Just go stand in that city and wait, I guess. So this is the city that needs housing. Alright, we're working on a granary already. Problem's already being solved. Okay, like I said, let's found here. Hey, Kongo, one I can pronounce easily. This is a little tricky because we don't want to spend money to buy stuff out here because we want to save money to buy territory around Nzinga. So I guess we're just going to very slowly work on a monument, and then we'll funnel builders in from other places. I will look elsewhere in the future. We're not going to settle closer to him anytime soon. If we settle another city or 2 in the near future, they'll be up here in this north end. So I think we can make that promise safely. You don't have to promise him anything, but if you do promise him, you really want to keep it.
Kill, how come men have to go into training to learn how?
Well, that's just ridiculous. Nobody needs to be taught how to kill. You just have to be taught how to kill well. So we're taking plus housing here. I think we're probably swapping out colonization. It's not so important for us to build settlers for the next little while. We probably want to keep land surveyors on. Caravansaries might be a good play. We need to make money. We need to increase our income. And we're building commercial hubs. We'll probably be doing that quite a lot. Alright, so we need to be, like I said, we need to be looking up into, for this, the next step of governments. Merchant Republic makes a lot of sense for us with the double economic policies and the trade routes and everything. So what do we have to do to get here? It's defensive tactics, which we don't have a boost for, and we're hoping not to get a boost for. And then feudalism, which is boosted. Medieval fairs, which will be boosted soon. We're going to work on that. And then mercenaries. 8 land combat units in your military. What do we have right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can make that happen. It's definitely cheaper to build a quick garrison unit than it is for a couple of cities than it is to wait for all those extra turns. So yeah, we'll get that boost. Apparently I was in the middle of building a library at some point. Let's finish that off. So we're not that starved for amenities, really. This is not an urgent thing. Our science is okay. Our culture is really suffering. I wish we knew some more culture city-states. We're going to have to do something about that. For now... I mean, I suppose we can turn on... where's Seoul on the map right now? Okay, so it's down in a place where we can't defend it. Things could go wrong, and I'd hate to lose the envoys, but... It does give us +2 science in every district to put this guy here, And then, hey, maybe we get a couple of Eurekas out of it. Oh, we'd have to go to 4 to get suzerain. Anyway, it was worth it for the 3 envoys bonus. Oh, we have another... Actually, we have another envoy. We had 2 saved up. Do I want to go to suzerain here? Actually, probably not. Are we close to progressing into a new era? We aren't. Not really. At some point, we want cartography so that we can cross the ocean. And taking cartography will bump us up an era. I think we hold on to this envoy for now. There's no reason to spend him until we would actually get something out of being the suzerain. I do wish they would let other units move around while the animation's playing out. I get that that's a thing you couldn't have happening in simultaneous turns games, because obviously it would give you the opportunity to pin some units down with combat while others move around. But in a non-simultaneous turns game, like a single-player game, I don't see any reason that shouldn't be allowed. Seems strange. Okay, so we are at 118. We need to buy 2 spaces out in each direction to get the stuff we're looking for. And also, I mean, there is the copper to consider as well. The city's not going to gain borders almost at all. Because we have no culture generation. What am I doing? You don't need to come down here. Do I want to build a mine or something? Yeah, I guess this guy should just wait up here somewhere. Like, there's no reason for him to go down south. His 2 other charges should probably be used grabbing a copper, so that, you know, a copper tile with a mine on it has really good value. And then picking up the tea as well. Alright, let's... I know we were in range already to fire, but I want to move this guy around so that he's not blocking the approach of the warriors at all. Alright, spend 1 movement point and then take our upgrade. We'll just take Battle Cry. This is kind of tough because Commando is like pretty much garbage. Commando is very rarely useful. So you want Amphibious as your second one, but Tortoise is not very strong. I got another envoy. Still no reason to spend... We could get Geneva's 3-point bonus. Train a catapult is not a thing I see myself doing in the future. The near future, anyway. Yeah, what the hell. So now we're getting +4 science in our campuses and +4 science in our capital. On top of that, city-state bonuses are really quite large. A significant portion of this is coming from city-states. I wish the breakdown was a little bit different, because it's showing the bonus science we're getting from our city-states as though it is coming from the cities that the campuses are in. I wish there was a little bit more of a detailed account there. Spearman is so eager to come get us that he completely abandoned his camp. He won't follow us out any further, I don't think. If he did, it would be very bad for him, so actually I don't mind. If he feels like he needs to, he should just go ahead. So we need another trader. Yeah. Let's see if I can run a trade route from Nzinga down to the city with the industrial zone. I also wish that the way the unit plates were laid out didn't always cover the names of the cities. It's kind of annoying. I guess go to sleep for now. We have important things for this guy to do, but he just can't do them until we buy a little bit more territory here. I really do like this trading post system. This is a cool way to encourage you to not just do the same trade route over and over and over again. By the way, I cannot believe that he chased us out this far. I guess it gives us a camp for free. I'm not upset about it, it's just weird. Oh, well, I probably should have thought of that and shot arrows instead of attacking. We could have gotten XP for 2 people off of that. Alright, the Great Merchant. Gain 60 gold. Your nearest city annexes this tile into its territory. Oh. Well, now that's very interesting. Is there a tile that's nearby that we want that somebody took from us? It's kind of funny that each of us has taken one of the 0 yield tiles that makes up this monument, or this natural wonder, while there's still so many high yield tiles around it. It looks like the answer is no. There's not really like a cool thing to do with this guy. We can use it to save some money by taking one of these tiles up here. I was hoping for, you know, a great general style citadel thing. Let's go, I guess just have him come claim this. Yeah. That's 60 gold plus 120 gold that we would have spent otherwise. That's pretty good. It's pretty okay payout, I guess. Alright, now I want to rebase this, actually. This will be the one that goes from Nzinga to Quila. Again, there's no good reason for, like, when we're zoomed out, the icons of what's in the city should not cover the city nameplate. Just move them up slightly. Alright, so let's rebase this to Nzinga. Keep working on that science. Our science output's starting to get pretty good. I'm wondering if part of the reason that we've not been attacked this game is that our continent mates are too busy fighting each other. We know that Montezuma is mad at us, but I'm not too worried about it. He's very far away. Alright, so let's actually have a look real quick at where we stand in the world. Mvemba needs more housing. Oh wow, it has gotten to pop 7 already. Anyway, let's have a look real quick at the victory conditions. So we are in second place on science. We are being out-scienced by Montezuma. He has 18 techs researched. How many do we have? Is there a quick count of that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we're at 17.999%. We're at 17 and 99.999%. His science per turn is 30.8. So his technologies researched are probably like very tightly grouped back here. We have fewer researched because we're reaching up into the tree for the more expensive ones. So actually we're kind of winning a science victory right now. Without even really understanding what we're doing, and we're weighing back on everything else. That's fine. I don't mind going to space. I wonder if they have sculptures in space. Okay, so you can see we don't have a lot of value from any of the trade routes that we can send down. We actually can't reach Quila yet because so few of our cities have trade posts in them. So I'm going to make this route with Kongo instead. When this route finishes its run, it will put a trading post in Kongo, and then the trading post will extend the route of anything that runs through Kongo, and we'll be able to use that route to go from Nzinga to Quila. Well, we can see the Great Wall of China here.
Rocks in my path? I keep them all. With them, I shall build my castle.
Okay. There's something there about, you know, philosophy of how you choose to view impediments. I'm a little focused right now, though. I'm trying to play a very complicated board game, Sean. If you could just keep the philosophical stuff to a minimum. Give me some more Garrison Keeler quotes. I don't have to think about those. Okay, so maybe we want to go and get cartography. Astronomy itself has, like, no value unless we want to build the Potala Palace. But it does let us into scientific theory, which has, first of all, research agreements, secondly, plus food from plantations, and third, Oxford University, which is actually really powerful. 2 free texts, although you don't get to pick what they are, and plus 20% science output, and 3 great scientist points per turn. It's like pretty real. Let's pick up ocean tech though. Let's gain the ability to see the world. So we have shipbuilding. We can already embark units. We just can't move them over the ocean just yet. Let's make a plan to send some of these northern dudes out into the sea. We don't really probably need them up here. Yeah, I think we'll be fine without them up here. You can see Sangha is picking up industry very quickly as it grows, so it'll be able to build troops if we need them up here anyway. Let's start getting out into the ocean and out into the sea, and prepare to get out into the ocean and explore some cool stuff. We could also, you know, make a boat or something. Actually, I have no direct ocean access in any of the cities. We'd have to build a harbor first. Man. I'm going to build an industrial zone before trying to build the university. We really just need industry. Like, very badly. This is nice. The industrial complex gets a bonus from nearby mines and quarries. Alright. I'm going to take this trade route here, this trader, move him to Mbanza-Mpangu, and then have that run a trade route to Quila. Actually, I don't know if they update dynamically. It may be that the value of the trade route is set in stone when you start the trade route. I think what we're actually going to do is we're gonna do as I said here, rebase it, and then we're gonna have it sit for a couple of turns until this is finished. And when the industrial zone is finished, then I'll run the trade route. I want to be sure that I'm getting my industry. We'll strike out to the east with this guy. There are players yet to meet, and islands somewhere, I'm sure, that need to be colonized. This city needs to gain 2 pop. Yeah, it needs to get to above 6 before it can build another district. You know, we have this guy asleep up here. We actually have enough gold to buy the tiles that I need him to work. So let's get you started over there. Where's that merchant? There he is. He's taking his sweet time. Ooh, nice. Big cloud of apostles. This also might reduce Montezuma's anger at us. If we share religion, he might be a little bit more friendly. I'm hoping, at least. I don't know for sure that that's a thing. It was definitely a consideration in diplomatic dealings in Civ 5, but that does not necessarily mean it will be here. Let's actually have a look at our relationship with him. Let's try to figure out if we... I know where he's mad at us because of the fact that we have some luxuries that he doesn't have. But what else? Oh. So apparently there's a lot of stuff that's related to his hidden agenda, maybe? We have a lot of development to do before we can actually get to see this. Our entire relationship with him is unknown reasons. We gotta get some stuff going. Alright, so we're gonna pass one turn, wait until the industrial zone's actually finished in Quila, and then start that trade route. This industrial zone will help build that industrial zone, and then, you know, we can hopefully keep shipping the... No, don't run all your apostles away! We have so many cities that need the light! This guy is making things very difficult for me. So we have all of these extra great work slots in the palace, and we have nothing in them. I am not doing a good job of making use of Congo's unique stuff. Alright, T. I'm sure Montezuma's going to be mad about this. Okay, so you can see the route to Quila now gives 4 production. That'll help, yeah, got it down to 9 turns. It cut it like almost in half. Alright, we can workshop, which increases the production even more. And it looks like we kind of need to. Man, A lot of the cities in our empire have very low production. You guys are just waiting. It's only going to be a couple of turns until cartography is available. We might even build a caravel after we build a harbor somewhere. What's this? He wants... Okay, I have extras. Yeah, that's fine. He'll trade me ivory and 11 gold per turn for 30 turns. That seems sensible to me. God, he always looks so angry. But his hat looks so jolly. Is it supposed to be a walrus? Do they have walruses? Where the Aztecs are from? I thought the Aztec Empire was, like, more Central America, but maybe they're... Huh. Listen, my history and geography knowledge is pretty poor. Alright, just one more turn, you guys. I know you're excited to actually get out there and do something. Wow, he really wants this war to happen. So here's the thing. If we accept a joint war, he's going to sit back and wait for our troops to do the initial gate crashing. So accepting a joint war is definitely putting myself in harm's way more than it's putting him in harm's way. I'm not into it.
Not
all right,
all who wander are lost.
So let's just start fanning out here. It would be a lot easier to explore with proper boats. Alright, is this our chance at a new great scientist? The Eureka moment for 3 random texts from the Renaissance or Industrial era. Sure. Ah, and we needed more people for the Enlightenment. It's 3 great people, right? Yeah. Man, we have to get into this boat stuff. Alright, well, like I said, this is going to get done. This is also going to get done. We have a bit of time before we have to worry about that one, but we should get another commercial district online as soon as possible. Alright, so the great scientist has to go to a campus to do her thing, or his thing, I don't know. Banking, industrialization, and mass production. Alright, so banking, allowing us to have the bank, obviously. And Great Zimbabwe, +1 trade route capacity. Trade routes from this city get +2 gold for every bonus resource in this city's territory. Must be built adjacent to a commercial hub district with a market and adjacent to cattle. That's pretty cool. We also boosted this, shipyards, and the Venetian arsenal, which lets you have a second naval unit each time you train a naval unit. That seems pretty good. Well, shoot, do we want to do that? And industrialization, which normally boosts off of workshops, and it lets you build factories. So you can see, +3 production to all cities within 6 tiles. And Ruhr Valley, +30% production in the city, +1 production for each mine and quarry in the city. Must be built along a river adjacent to an industrial zone. Okay, so this is pretty cool. Why don't we head up for that? Also, +1 production to the mine improvement from just the tech. We gotta remember to mouse over the text now. It really annoys me that there's no indication of when there's some additional thing. Right, like there should be some icon or something on industrialization that notifies you that just researching the tech does something. It should look different than mass production, which doesn't do anything just for researching it. I don't know, maybe it's maybe I'm the only person who has a problem with that. We had a quest to get one of those boosts that we just got. So that put us up to suzerain with Soul. Also, we just barely missed getting the Eureka. I totally wasn't even thinking about it. We have a lot of friends. It's a shame there's no victory anymore that's based on this. Alright, so we need to get one more trade route fairly soon in order to get our next civic boosted. Okay. Do that thing that you're supposed to do. Alright, and the amount of gold that gets us easily allows us to buy this out, and we can harvest the copper as well. We really do need to build a harbor somewhere. It's just like I don't have spare build time anywhere. So yeah, you can see the AI is just founding little garbage cities all over the place just to have cities. Seems like the right thing to do. Hey, we boosted the wheel! Finally! Another envoy with Buenos Aires. So yeah, our next envoy could just go there. Get us that suzerain bonus. +2 production in every industrial zone when producing things that aren't units. I'm really pleased that those bonuses work on wonders. That seems like a really, really obvious and powerful thing for them to do. Oh! You can do this a bunch. You notice that it says on a tile no player owns. But you actually have 3 of those. Oh, well, that's very interesting. Are there any other tiles that we want this person to acquire? We don't actually have horses. So we could make those horses happen. Similarly, we don't have iron. That could be fixed. Let's make that get fixed, actually. If I had known this person had multiple uses, which is to say if I had been paying any attention at all, I would have had this stuff get done first. Alright, so we know basically nothing about the shape of the world, right? We can see our continent looks like this. And we know this goes all the way down to the bottom of the map. And then up here, we're pretty close to the top of the map. But yeah, that's it. And somewhere there's a continent with like 5 other players on it, right? Yeah, we don't know almost anything. We know that our score is pretty good. Somebody's really killing it, though. Score is rarely... It's such a coarse and abstract measure that is rarely a good representation of who's winning a game of this complexity. So I'm not worried about the fact that somebody has, like, 30% more points than us. Oh, Buenos Aires reached out and got that copper. Oh well. So this trade route is almost to Kongo. Or is it... Yeah, it's just about to get to Kongo.
Defense is superior to opulence.
Yeah, I would say that those are sort of orthogonal concerns, but Adam Smith's a sharp dude. I'm sure he knows what he's talking about. So we don't have any particular reason to change anything. Yeah, we're just kind of doing our thing. We've done a good job of acquiring a lot of sources of amenities. I'm a little worried about what's going to happen when we change governments. So this is shallow water. This is this is maybe an island. I wouldn't expect it to be the other continent so close. So we might have found another cool place to settle here. +2 food, +2 gold, and +1 production on all desert tiles that are not floodplains. So these are floodplains. But if we want the city to expand out at all, like this tile would be pretty good with Petra. How many turns was it saying? 47. Maybe we should build an industrial zone here instead. Let's focus on gaining production. So we want to... I think here would be a good place. Because we will build a mine here. And then if Petra's still available when that finishes, then we can talk about it. Alright, let's make a campus here, maybe? This great person has actually made things like so much easier for me. Yeah, and then if we build it here, we can build an industrial zone here. to give it a little bit more adjacency bonus. That way we could put a district here maybe and get another science out of our campus. And the industrial zone would benefit from the 2 mines, or the 2 quarries rather. Should we put down the industrial zone first then? We are removing a little bit of production while we're building our production source. I'm okay with it. We'll be fine. We also need to run a trade route from Kongo down into the main empire just so we can get some roads. How long is this denunciation going to stick? I feel like we've been denounced in the denounced state for like a really long time.
What can be labeled, packaged, mass-produced is neither truth nor art.
Well, yeah, because it's actually very difficult to put an abstract concept in a package. Alright, so feudalism is coming along. We're going to need to have these trade routes done fairly soon. Do we have... We don't even have a thing building right now that's going to expand our trade route capacity. Should probably get on that. Tribal villages. Okay, this is definitely something that has not been touched. And incense. A resource we don't have yet. Looks like we have indeed found a new place to settle. I'm going to spread these guys out a little bit. I'm concerned that they're maybe running a little too close together. Oh, that was weird. I guess we just passed over the edge of the world. Do you see how it snapped all the way around to show the new tile? There's no edge from our perspective. It looks like the map is as though it was wrapped around the edges of a cylinder, or the outside of a cylinder. But obviously, logically speaking, there is an edge somewhere. And we just discovered it. So let's see what exactly is on this island. I hope it's not very much populated by barbarians, because our lone archer is not going to do great in that circumstance. Okay, looks like another place that maybe is largely uninhabited, based on these, based on all these barbarians sitting around here just waiting for something to do. There's usually quite a few small islands. Ooh! Oh no! Range units! I believe these horse archers only have 1 range, so we can avoid being torn apart by just doing this one. That's a lot of fish, man. It's a lot of fish in very close proximity to one another. Huh. Progress toward mysticism has advanced considerably. That's another one of those things where it's sort of embarrassing that we didn't already have it. Who's building what?
Bom dia. É uma honra conhecê-lo pessoalmente.
That is quite a
Parece que
thing on your
mentes
chest.
brilhantes se atraem.
Is that hanging from his neck? Is that an amulet, or is it that's just pinned to his chest? What? Okay. Oh yeah, it's an honor to meet you. We'd love to sample your hospitality. Okay, so we got shown where a Brazilian city is. Ah! I see, our denunciation must have expired. Yeah. Okay, so we see these guys over here. I think this is probably an island off of the coast. Our guy came very close to death. Looks like it won't be uninhabited for long, though. We got here just moments too late. Amsterdam would like me to train a bombard, and they give money, and trade routes to foreign cities earn +1 gold for each luxury resource at the destination. That seems like it probably is pretty powerful. That seems like it's probably a lot of gold. Okay, so just a little island with some incense and 2 tribal villages. That's pretty cool. I think we should probably settle up there. So we need... We haven't talked very much about the projects, but these just allow you to turn cogs into great people points and whatever thing is appropriate based on the district. Each one of these comes from a district, obviously. I suppose we'll just build a market, improve the functioning of our little commercial hub here. Speaking of commercial hubs, I think it's about time we got one going here. So this spot is next to a river and also next to some stuff. It would involve buying this space and blowing out a rainforest, but I think it's reasonable. Plus it gives us a little bit more adjacency. Now if we build another district here, we'll have 4 adjacent districts to our campus, which means +2 science. And I mean +2 is still... it's still an amount that we care about. It's not really that small. Alright, so in 13 turns, we'll have the ability to run a 4th trade route and get the... China has been declared on by the Aztecs. Well, best of luck there, China. I don't think I'm going to get involved in that. Hey, random Eureka, thanks to...
The key words of violent economics are urbanization, industrialization, centralization, efficiency, quantity, speed.
Yeah, and there's certainly a place for efficiency and speed. I mean. Alright, Seoul would like us to send a trade route. Trigger an inspiration for colonialism. I'm assuming colonialism is a civic, not a tech. I guess I'm being kind of... oh, here it is. I was going to say I'm being kind of dumb. I don't know if you know this. But you can just click here and be like, how about colonialism? That's not doing the thing it's supposed to do. Whatever. We found it anyway. So research astronomy to boost, which we totally could do. We have access to that. So plus production toward naval units. A lot of extra gold from cities that are not on your original continent. Ooh, that's a neat policy. That would actually be really good for us, too. Okay, I kind of want to get to colonialism. It looks like it emerges pretty easily from the route that goes to exploration. The whole top of the tree seems to be very much about this, like, naval expansionist playstyle. So what makes sense here? I think the thing that makes sense is basing this in Kongo and having that reach out to a place that has a lot of industry. Man, I really love the music. In case you guys were not aware, the way the music in this game works is that each civ has a main theme, and then as you move up in the eras, the arrangement of the theme gets more and more complex. It sounds so cool. So we don't really need to push a granary. We're good on housing for right now. I think market, yeah, let's keep making money, huh? And shall we go to astronomy? I think we have sort of a loose plan. We have this idea of a merchant republic, heavy on the navy, very rich. But I don't know how we get from that to winning the game, you know? So is Mvemba's not actually close enough to the water to build a fishing boat on this whale, unfortunately. Yeah, buy this space. And then we'll buy the space with the iron on it as well, I guess. That can be your plan for next turn. I don't have a super compelling use for this guy. He's just producing 60 gold and saving us money. I also do not know enough about my history to know who Marcus Licinius Crassus is, except that, you know, it's a pretty Roman-sounding name. Yeah, get it. His little leap for joy was kind of neat. Okay, so we need a builder. We can just buy a builder. There's no reason to disrupt the production of our cities. We cannot buy a builder. Builders are really expensive now. As the cost of some things goes up as you build more cities, that's right. That's a thing I know. Do we not have the ability to make harbors? Do I seriously not, after all this time, have... Nope, it's right there. Comes off of astrology. Alright, well, let's get that done real quick. We'll come back and finish astronomy afterward. And while we're waiting for that to happen, why don't you make me a builder? 60 faith. Could be better. Alright, yeah, just connect to whatever gets us the most industry. We do still need to run, to make trading posts in Mbanza and Pangu and Sanga, but one problem at a time. Let's try to get this industrial complex finished. Alright, so it looks like a science victory might be our thing. We can use this, all this money to help push along creating science buildings and campuses and stuff, I guess. Man, it takes a long time to build districts in your new cities. This thing where we ship them industry is probably really important. We're not doing it optimally because I have not built up industrial districts as I go along. I think I didn't prioritize that tech highly enough. Oh, hey, we get to make a pantheon. Oof, boy. Okay, what do I want here? +1 amenity on holy sites adjacent to a river is not useful. +1 great person point from campus, theater, and holy site. That's... okay. A lot of these are really specific. You know, like, we have mines over... we have a mine about to go over a strategic resource, so God of Craftsman is probably not that great for us. We can go for something just kind of broadly good. Fertility rights is fine. Actually, yeah, we really want to push our population up because we really want to expand the number of districts that we can have. Alright, I'm going to send a settler out here. There's no reason for our archer to wait for him, though.
Organisms don't think of CO2 as a poison. Plants and organisms that make shells, coral. Think of it as a building block.
Okay, so you can see it, 3 food, 2 science on 2 tiles. That's pretty cool. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be taking advantage of it. I'm pretty sure if we settled over here, Brazil would be annoyed. Let's say annoyed. And rightly so. I'd say that's a pretty crappy thing to do. I'd be super mad if the AI did that thing to me. So we have 1 envoy to spare. Is there a place to put it that makes sense? I mean, it's not wrong to get more amenities, but we could also put it here and get +4 gold. Or we could save it up to try to steal suzerainty from China on this. Or at least just get us up to 6 on one of these, because it is another +2 science per campus, and we do have quite a few campuses at this point. Now let's do this. Let's try to make sure we stay in amenities. Also, Buenos Aires, I think, is a little bit less likely to get interfered with than a lot of the city-states because it's so tucked up to the north. I'm not 100% sure any other player's even seen it yet. We might be the only one who's met them. We can have some idea. Yeah, influenced just by us. We might be able to hold on to this for the rest of the game without putting any more effort into it. Your knowledge of stirrups has advanced considerably.
And all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by. In democracy, it's your vote that counts. In feudalism, it's your count that votes.
Ah, wordplay. Newly trained builders gain 2 extra build actions. We're about to finish a builder, aren't we? Is that the case? We are. Why don't we go ahead and slot that for now? We're probably not going to be purchasing a lot of tiles in the immediate future, I don't think. So let's move to serfdom. Even if we only get it on this 1 builder, that's something. That's some value. I think the tile buying thing is currently giving us no value, so... Boy, there sure are a lot of barbarians out in the world. Let's have a look at this. Let's turn off the yields real quick. I think that's very pretty. Okay, let's keep sailing around here. We want to meet every city-state we can in the hopes of getting a lot of cheap bonuses. What were you doing? That's right, you were building some real basic garbage. We have a lot of wonders available to us. Maybe we want to look into some of these. Colosseum's culture and amenities are extended to each city center within 6 tiles. Must be built on flat land adjacent to an entertainment complex. So, 6 tiles? Hold on. If we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so if we build it in Mbanza, Kongo, we could probably get all 4 of these cities with it. That's pretty cool. What's it need? It has to be built adjacent to an entertainment complex on flat land. We actually have kind of a dearth of flat land around this city, but we could build our entertainment complex. We could buy a couple tiles. I know I just said we weren't going to be doing that much. We could buy a couple of tiles. I guess it has to be sort of central to hit both of these, doesn't it? 4, 5, 6. We could build it up here. We could replace this farm. We could put the entertainment complex like here and then replace this farm with the thing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's actually perfect. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it doesn't quite reach Mvemba that way. We have to pick. It either reaches Mvemba or Aquila. But yeah, that's a thing to make a goal. We'll need more population. 37 turns. Are you out of housing? Why are you 37 turns till growth? I guess it's just low on food. We'll run some trade routes out of it at some point here. Okay, so we have a cool sort of... I don't have a monument in this city, really. I was very concerned with doing a lot of new things. This is why our culture income is so low, is because I didn't even build monuments everywhere. China is moving up into the Renaissance. We've met a new city-state. Kabul, I don't think I've seen that one before. Units receive double experience from battles they initiate, so whenever you're the aggressor. That's a cool one. Oh, 2 barbarian settlers. Okay, so we gotta find a place that's not cliffed off. Are we gonna be able to move an archer onto settlers? We should purchase a proper ground unit. Man, these are really expensive. Where's that sleeping one? Oh my god, it's gonna be so many turns to run him up here. How about you? Alright. Let's upgrade him. Run him out here. We can capture 2 settlers. That would be awesome. Yeah, we'll just sail our boat through the Great Barrier Reef. Nothing could possibly go wrong. It has the word barrier right in its name, you know? That's fine. We'll just sail right through it.
By the grace of God, Victoria, Queen of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. And soon, dare I say, the Empire.
I really like her. I think she's got a lot of personality in her animations. Like even this, where she's kind of annoyed, slightly disappointed that you're here. She clearly had other stuff she wanted to be doing. It's an honor to meet you. Yeah, she can't even pretend to be gracious for 2 seconds. It really amuses me. Alright, yes, finally, come on, convert us. Don't just drop 1 charge and then flee. Think of all of the bonuses you can probably get from whatever your religion does. What does his religion do? Sikhism? Yes, 1 second. Okay, so like none of this. He doesn't really get any value from spreading this. Huh. Except that it helps him toward the religious victory.
Harald Sigurðarson stendur fyrir þér. Aldrei var viking
Well, okay.
slík landsnja lagar. Ertu hræddur?
Boy, that dude knows how to roll some R's. That's crazy. Also, I guess he's like an impressive Viking man or something. Yes, I'll tell the Viking where my capital is. I can't imagine how that could go awry. Okay, so yes, we can capture them with archers, and it looks like we did so just in time. Norway's about to come and get their dude back. Well, he can settle this island for us. It sort of looks like Greenland, doesn't it? Anyway, what was I doing? Boy, I sure hope it is Greenland that I was thinking of, and that it doesn't turn out to be a completely different landmass entirely. I was just about to congratulate myself on having one piece of geographical knowledge, and then I realized, oh god, I'm not sure that I do. I don't know that that was the right thing. I'm still going to send our guy out here. We should deal with these barbarians. I know that the AI likes it if they see you fighting barbarians near them, so we might be able to curry a little favor here. What do we want you to do? I guess build a granary. You'll need it eventually. Something you can do right now that has some value. Yep. Infrastructure, infrastructure, infrastructure. 6 turns off of that. And we just need to get this done. We need to get another trade route up and running sometime in the next 9 turns. So, like, after he does this, we can just buy a trade unit. Oh, they're actually moving up. Great. So I was looking at this, wondering what it does for him. But what does it do for me? It allows me to build a building that gives production. Thumbs up. Gives a culture from theater squares. I don't think I have any. That's the thing we should probably have. Yay, knowledge toward colonialism.
Astronomy compels the soul to look upwards and leads us from this world to another.
You could sort of say the same thing about astrology, except one of them is slightly more useful than the other. This is cool. We can't build shrines or temples, right? This religion does very little for us. Combat units gain +10 combat strength when within the borders of friendly cities that follow this religion. This is something. If he spreads this to us, it'll help us resist his attack. Let's leave. Should have put these guys in escort formation, probably. There we go. I have to say, escort formation is, Oh. Did I? I'm so scatterbrained that I can't remember what their quest was. Did they want me to get the booster on colonialism? Is that why I looked up what colonialism was in the first place? That seems right. Alright, so square rigging gives us a powerful ranged naval unit. That's a thing that could be useful. Steam power reveals coal. I'm sure we'll need that. +2 movement for embark units. That's really useful. And then that leads into flight over here. Replaceable parts, of course, getting your first infantry. The next level of research buildings. I mean, for now, let's have a sort of a loose aim at chemistry. Do I want to pick up steam power first? At some point around here, there's factories, right? We saw the factories earlier. Do those not require coal anymore? Everything is so different. I have all these assumptions that are based on nothing. Ooh, sewer looks really useful. We're not having that much of a problem with it right now, but in a couple of my offline games, I've had some serious housing issues. Housing is the thing that I've had a really hard time keeping under control. Alright, you were just born, and I have lots of jobs for you. First things first. Go get this iron. It's 200 AD. We should probably know what iron is. So let's work on that. I'm actually going to have... There's no sense in having this guy follow the coast and just do what this guy's doing, but later. So we're going to send him down here and get an idea of what the coastline down here actually looks like. I don't have any idea what Montezuma's empire is like at all. And that seems like a dangerous thing, because he's the kind of guy who definitely loves to throw surprise parties. We only have one district up right now, right? So if I built the industrial zone, we'd be able to build a commercial hub afterward. Let's do that. And let us... We are actually making money a little faster than we're using it. Oh, nice. You get adjacency bonuses from stuff in other people's territory? That's pretty cool. But I think we want to build districts around this, right? Because we want to give him more adjacency bonuses. More science, man. Although I don't know that I want to purge the sheep off of this tile. What is the yield of that tile? Desert Sheep Hill is pretty good. Yeah, but we're getting by without working it now. We may as well not worry about working it later. Oh, wow. Those are expensive tiles. Well, I think it's the right thing to do. Maybe I bought the wrong tile. Maybe I should have put it here. You know what? We're going to build the commercial hub first. Ah, but the commercial hub we're compelled to put over here because of the river. Yeah, I'll build on that tile eventually. Our money will not have been wasted. We just spent it preemptively. Think of it as an investment, or like the opposite of savings. Okay, somebody else built Petra. That's fine. I'm not too worried about it. This city will do just fine off of all the green land. It just won't expand into the desert very much. Although we could get that iron if we needed it. Strategics in this game work pretty differently than they did in Civ 5. If you have one copy of a strategic resource, you can build any unit that requires that resource in any city of yours that has an encampment. If you have 2 copies of the resource, you can build them in just any city. Alright, the trade route from Sanga to Kongo has completed, placing a trading post in both of them, which is awesome. So now this can run all the way down to the bigger cities, using Kongo as a stopping point. So we will run it to Quila, and that'll help this city get established properly. Flee! They actually have not managed to reclaim their dude yet, so there is still some chance that I can get up there and steal it. I don't know what we would do with another settler, but I'm sure we'll find a place to put a city. I have to go around here. I'm hoping that there's more city-states to meet. I don't know how many to expect on this map size or any given map size. Egypt is going to declare war on England. We haven't met Egypt yet. Alright. How many turns is it going to take for these guys to actually, like... Because they seem to need a turn or two to awkwardly crowd around Geneva before actually getting in there. This is going to take forever, basically, is my concern. We're never going to get this religion. Alright, so we need to... I guess we can convert some cogs into science while we wait for the population to grow so that we can do the entertainment complex thing here. Yeah. Oh. A third incense. One of the nice things about this settling location over here is it's got 1 incense for me and 1 to give to Monty, so he'll calm the hell down. Oh, also whales. Alright, well, I see that we have flown past an hour. Ooh. Wow. Whoa, did that get a little Kamani at the end there? It's kind of a... Oh, whatever. She's very charismatic. Okay, so that is only 7. Yeah, there's still... The unmet player is still the one who's winning, unfortunately. I'd really love to know who they are and what they're doing. Is there a way to trade maps or anything in this game? Let's check in with Victoria here. Really? Okay. Did that cost me gold? Do you have to spend it even if it doesn't work? Okay, well, So it looks like there's no way to exchange vision or maps or anything. That's a shame. Well, whatever. We'll find them eventually. We're pretty thorough. I want to see how this this thing plays out here. Let's see if we can actually snag the second settler, and then we'll call the episode.
Os seus melhores engenheiros e arquitetos seriam mais
Wow.
felizes em lugar onde pudessem crescer.
You
No
called-
Brasil, por exemplo.
You called a diplomatic meeting for that? That seems like... Not only was that a waste of my time, I kind of feel like that was a waste of his time. Alright, so this island sucks, right? There's a lot of territory here that's just not useful at all. And the incense spaces have 1 faith as their total payout. So where on this island do we actually want to settle? We could settle on this desert hill. That puts this whale within 3. And this whale within 3. Both the incenses and 2 more fish. Yeah, that seems fine. It has... The reason I immediately gravitated here is there are 2 tiles nearby that are actual tiles. I guess this doesn't have the freshwater bonus, but we could just aqueduct it over. Yeah. We haven't actually used any aqueducts yet, but we will. This looks like a fine opportunity. Also, man, there's a lot of crabs and fish. Just, like, really a lot. Trying to burn through these turns quickly, but we have a lot of very important exploring to do. There's an auto-explore button. I've never liked to use it. Oh my god. You are so chatty. Okay, you're mad at me. I have more great people than you. Ah, that thing he said before was envy. I see. Yeah, well, look. There's a great big club for people who don't like me. You and Monty can be co-presidents. Doesn't matter, you guys. Ooh, Soul's in a bad way. Is that information that I should have? Maybe it should be a little bit more secretive, considering I have no vision or anything. Let's go ahead and found the great city of Mvemba. Wow, MBW is not a cluster of sounds that occurs very often in English. Okay, so I don't actually have aqueducts. I was thinking of a different game that I was playing. Aqueducts are on the bottom of the tree here. It would take 3 turns to research aqueducts. We can put off scientific theory a little longer. Research agreements require a declared friendship or an alliance, and we don't have either of those. Well, no, let's finish scientific theory. We might be able to snag Oxford, is what I'm thinking. And we'll come back here and get engineering real quick. And then we will head toward chemistry again. This city won't hit its housing cap immediately. There's not enough food for that. And we'll have them... We'll have them work on a builder. It'll come, don't worry. It's not actually going to be 40 turns. Yeah, so we can see some kind of religious battle is happening here. There's a lot of spreading back and forth. We've seen the religion names popping up through the fog quite a bit. Okay, we got our extra trade route capacity. So this is what we were saving our gold for. Where do we want the trade route? This is a question. We could put it in... Sanga's actually probably okay now. Oh, that's right. I was going to put it in Mbanza, Kongo because I want to be able to trade for food. Oh, traders are expensive, it turns out. It's going to be a couple of turns. Okay, our promise to the Chinese to not settle near them has been fulfilled. Wow, yeah, we need universities. Those are non-negotiable. That's we should have had those in all of our cities quite a while ago. Alright, come on, more city-states. Or, I guess, uninhabited islands with tremendous value. Okay, let's actually build this campus. You know, it's coming along. It's all coming along very slowly. Alright, and we will buy out that trader. It's gonna be a minute. You can see these guys are still just sort of awkwardly milling around, not really getting much done. But they're coming this way. Oh, and I said we needed to try to trade with other players for relics and stuff, and then I didn't bother to check if anybody had any, because I've been very busy. But let's go ahead and do that. The Aztec have conquered Seoul. Well, I mean, that was, we saw that coming. That was basically guaranteed. I do wish that the AI would, in non-essential situations, just move all the units at once. It's kind of annoying to see each of Buenos Aires' units move one by one. Gain 250 science for each adjacent mountain tile. Okay. So we have a couple of good places we could have him stand to distribute quite a lot of science to us. I guess you're just garrisoned here. This is just where you live. We should have somebody there to be ready. Oh, hey, you finally got down here. Check it out. We have coal. Coal? We have iron. I would like some coal. So, obviously... Do we have any spaces that are more than 3 mountain adjacencies? I don't think so. Yeah, so we can just have him run to right here. This is the closest one. 4 turns. It's a shame this doesn't count as a mountain. Yeah, 4 turns. Fine. 750 science he's going to give us then? That's actually... That is a huge amount. Oh, right. I was going to do a thing. Let's have a quick look and see if anybody has any relics that they're willing to part with. Big deal. You have nothing. Never mind. I like the fact that you don't have to go out of the screen here, that you can just click on everybody without having to exit back to the main menu. Right, you don't have anything. Relics are the kind of thing that it's not necessarily the case that anyone's going to get one at any point. I wouldn't be super shocked if nobody has one for trade. Yeah, it's starting to look like. Now, I remember Montezuma had something, but I thought it was... Oh, no. Yeah, it's a relic, all right. What would it take? What... Make this deal more... No. Okay, he's just not at all willing to do that. Probably the fact that he hates us is factoring in some small way here. But I really don't feel that it's fair for me to bear the brunt of that, because really, it's his crazy... A Mariano Chariot Archer. That sounds cool. I don't know what that is, and we're never going to find out. Lisbon has declared war on Geneva. Okay, so there was some change of suzerainty that caused some city-states to declare war on people. What else do we need this guy to do? We must have stuff that we've slowly expanded over. Yeah, here's something. We could also just build a bunch of farms. That is something that might be useful. Let's look for unclaimed resources first. Barbarian battering ram? Is that parked on a tribal village? Yes, it is. Well, you know what? A warrior... a battering ram is not an actual combat unit. It can't fight on its own. It's a support unit.
Theory, change the facts.
Yeah, that's definitely how Einstein rolled. There's no indication of irony in that quote. People who are of dubious intellect are going to think it's serious. My first panicked reaction. Alright, it looks like we may in fact be able to snag a second free settler. I'm really excited about this. And honestly, we might just put him down right here. I don't know if this actually connects to his capital by land. I feel like if it did, things would be... There's no way there'd still be barbarians here, right?
Just realign it. One man's magic is another man's engineering.
Alright, so how long will it take to build an aqueduct in this city? I bet it's 1,000,000 turns. It's only 108. From an adjacent river, lake, oasis, or mountain, cities that do not yet have... So wait, why is this not a legitimate location? Has to be adjacent to a river, lake, oasis, or mountain. Yeah, there's a river right here. Well, something to worry about next time. Let's focus on getting through the thing that I'm trying to get through here. This episode's long enough already.
On dangerous waters in the face of England and her loyal colonies.
Wait, what'd I do? Why are you mad at me? Why is everyone always mad at me? Let's go. What's your deal? Like civilizations from her home continent, wants to expand to all continents, doesn't like civilizations on continents where England has no city. Well, that sounds like a failure of your own initiative, man. You could just come over here and settle. That would totally work. Alright, I'm going to try to go through the catapult, because I think that'll be slightly easier than going through the fortified spearmen. I'm just assuming catapults don't really have a lot of normal combat strength. Oh, man. For the first time ever, I wish I could climb cliffs. Man, that great scientist giving 750 science was pretty awesome. Also, it is crazy that we're finding all of these places where barbarians have a valuable thing. They're squatting on some village, or they've stolen a settler or two or something. And the moment we come by is the moment the AI decides to settle things, finally. There's probably something going on with the way the AI quote-unquote behaves, or at least simulates behaving, when it's not visible to us. I mean, that pretty much has to be the case, right? That's gotta be what's going on. Build 2 neighborhoods. What is a neighborhood? I don't know what that is. Are they cool? A district in your city that provides extra housing based on the appeal of the tile that it's built on. Oh, and we have a special one. The civic urbanization is what we're looking for. Urbanization sounds like it's probably like really far away. Is this case sensitive? Is it not working? Because I used this before. Yeah, it is. It's totally case sensitive. Weird. Okay, so urbanization is actually only 1 tier past colonialism. To boost grow a city to 15, get public transport, military research. Wait. There's a district unlocked by urbanization that doesn't appear on the thing? That seems like pretty important information, man. That's weird. Huh. Okay, well, I mean, I'm going to trust the Civilopedia for now. Come on, get him. Get him. Aw. I could have tried to just chase the settler down past the encampment, but I'm sure if I move to here, the settler just moves back in. Killing the barbarians and clearing the encampment is going to be by far the least Benny Hill-like of all of the solutions to this problem. And that is generally, when I am formulating a solution, the thing that I try to optimize for. If somebody played yakety sax while I was performing the solution, would anybody laugh? If so, maybe come up with a different solution. Alright, well, we're getting pretty converted here. It has to be dominant in the majority of our cities, which it is. It is, right? Yeah, we have... No, we have 5, 6, 7 cities. Yeah, and it's in 4 of them. Yeah. Okay, so we are now receiving all the benefits of this religion. Which is... I mean, it's not actually great. Aha! Mine. We probably shouldn't put it down right here, right? Yeah, maybe not. Is there a location on our continent that would be good for it? We're gonna get whales from our newest city. There's nothing, no luxuries over here. I guess we don't need new luxuries for every city. That's a real Civ 5 way of thinking. Well, I don't know where we're gonna put this guy, but we got him, and that's what's important. So we're going to end the episode here. I hope you guys are enjoying the game so far. I'm certainly enjoying it. If you are enjoying the series, leave a like or a comment below. I do read all the comments, and we'll see you next time.